Do you ever create digital products for your travel content creator business? Because if you are not doing that, that is a fantastic way to share your knowledge with your audience. So that's what we're going to talk about today, how to create digital products and how to make that a part of your monetization scheme. Let's go. So don't be distracted by my Hollywood t-shirt. A friend of mine, I did some stuff for her and she went to California and she decided she's going to give me a t-shirt. Um, so let's jump right into it. I have a lot to cover today. So hang on for the ride. All right. So we're going to talk about maximizing income with digital products and services for travel content creators. And as you can tell, this is going to be a good one. Okay, so here's what we're going to cover today. Why digital products and services work for travel content creators, the best digital products for travel content creators, creating ebooks and guides that sell, designing your ebook for visual appeal, selling your ebook, multiple platform strategies, and Amazon KDP. How to offer digital services to boost your income, how to price your digital products and services effectively, platforms to help you sell your digital products and services, marketing strategies to boost sales, case studies. Uh, Maybe not in as much case studies, but I'm going to tell you or show you how what I've done. Action steps to start creating and selling and start monetizing your expertise because there's no point in learning all this if you're not going to do anything about it. All right. So why digital products and services work for travel content creators? Well, the idea is that you want to leverage your expertise, right? Digital products allow you to package your unique travel knowledge into items and you can sell them. Now, you know a lot because you've been to a lot of places and you just need to figure out how am I gonna capitalize on this knowledge that I have. A lot of people, they don't know how to do things and they need guidebooks. Guidebooks is a very, very big thing out there. And you can create guidebooks just based on the knowledge that you know. If you've gone to a place, 9, 10 times, and you can literally I can literally go to London and I have my itinerary set in my head and I know everything I need to do. I know that I get out of the immigration and customs. I look for the London Underground signs. I go down to the London Underground, or I can take the Elizabeth line, or I can take the Heathrow Express. There used to be a Heathrow Connect, but that's not there anymore. And then I decide which train, or I can take the London Underground, which is the Piccadilly line, and I can take that into town. I know that one takes 25 minutes, one takes about an hour, one probably takes maybe 45 minutes or something like that. So it just depends on where you want to go. I know exactly where to get off in the city. I know exactly which train to take when I get off. I have an itinerary that I can walk from Green Park all the way through the park by Buckingham Palace through
St. James's
Park,
Park.
past the Queen's Horse and Guard to Big Ben and Parliament, and right over to the Wheel, the London Eye. And so I know exactly how to do that. So that is something that if someone is going to London and they're like, well, how do I get to London? How do I get from the airport to the city? Can you give me a simple itinerary that I can use? I can say that. And it's something that I know. And I'm sure you are this good about a particular city that you know about. So you can clearly create a guide for that city, right? Now, is scalable income. So once you create a digital product, it can be sold multiple times without additional production costs. You just create it once and you update it as you go, as things change, and you're good to go. Some of the systems will automatically send an email out that says, hey, this product is currently updated, and it can send it to the user. You're building authority with your community. You establish yourself as an expert in your niche and deepen connection with your audience through exclusive offerings. So this is why, as a content creator, this is perfect for you, right? So the best digital products for content creators: ebooks and guides. I just spoke a little bit about that. Destination specific guides, comprehensive guides to popular or niche destinations like Ultimate Guide to Bali. Be careful when you use the word ultimate guide because I see a lot of people use that word and they're not ultimate guides. They're good guides and they have a lot of information, but ultimate guides mean this is it. This is a guide of all guides. And lots of people don't do the guides of all. They've been to Bali two, three times and they think they know everything about Bali, but they don't essentially. Now, even having been to London as many times as I've been, I cannot write an ultimate guide to London because there's so many things that I don't know. Right now, maybe I can do an ultimate guide to the tube, and even then, I still don't know enough about the tube to do an ultimate guide. So just be careful when you use the word ultimate. How to travel guide, step-by-step guides for different aspects of travel, example, budget travel hacks. You see this quite a lot. People have written books on, how to how to go to Europe for $50 a day, which is not my kind of travel. That doesn't pay for the hotel that I want to stay. So no. Um, but then, you can do a guide that says, how to do London luxury, how to do luxury London on the cheap. So you could do that where you find really excellent places that have really good service, but they don't cost a fortune. Or show people how to stay in these neighborhoods that they're not Airbnbs, they're actually full service hotels, but they're really nice boutique hotels, so you get really good service for the money that you're paying. Niche travel themes, you could do ebooks on specific themes such as vegan travel tips or traveling with kids or couples travel. And if that's your thing. So if you're, obviously if you're not a couple, you don't really want to do a book about couples travel because then you're not an authority, right? Um, Online courses and workshops. You can do skill-based courses, photography, video editing, social media marketing, or content creation courses. Uh, a lot of people are doing courses, and this you could call this a course, but I'm not charging for it. This is completely free. And but you could do something like this if that's what you want to do. If you think this is what your audience wants. Works for a specific audience, such as Instagram for travel creators or vlogging tips for YouTube. Yes, you could do this type of stuff, but just be careful when you do this. Make sure that your audience wants it and you are the person to teach that course. Travel lifestyle courses, digital nomad life 101, or how to get travel sponsorships. And it's very difficult to get travel sponsorships. um, People want a lot of views. So unless you have like 100,000 views or 200, 300,000 views, it's very, very difficult to get a brand to come on board and sponsor your travel. So you may have to think of different things that you can do. Printable resources, travel planners and journal, daily travel planners, trip organizers, and bullet journals for travelers. Lots of people have actually excelled in this area. They've created these travel. I'm not a travel journal person. I just get up and go and I take photos. I take photos of everything. And taking photos is my way of documenting my travels. But some people are meticulous about writing things down. So maybe a travel planner. But how do you know this? You survey your audience. How do you survey your audience? You use something like WP Form, which is a survey tool, or you use your email marketing software. And the email marketing section actually talks a lot about that. Trip itineraries. Budget and packing templates. Templates for budgeting, packing checklists, travel expense trackers. This guy created the spreadsheet. And it was kind of interesting. Just by fluke, he's like, oh, this is a spreadsheet I use for packing. And he copied like people from Google because he used Google. And he copied, I think there was some of the brand on it. And it went nuts. It went completely viral. And then, of course, he capitalized on it immediately. So he took down the one that he did, which is a super one, where it was very cool. You type stuff in and it put a checkbox. And but he took all that out and just gave you like a basic functionality for free. And then he sold you could buy the spreadsheet, and it's actually very cool. I saw how it worked before he took all the functionality away. But that went viral very, very quickly. And it went viral because he used Google Sheets, and apparently Google liked it. And that helped to push the thing viral. So sometimes you get really lucky, other times you do not. So don't think of this as a be all end all. This is just one way to make money from your search travel skills. Now you can do trip itineraries. I just told you about the trip where you leave London airport and you end up at London Eye, and that's an itinerary that takes you through some really cool things in London. And so you could do something like that. If you're a foodie, you could do a European food tour. You could do a Caribbean food tour. You could do anything that you think that you are the person to do it. Now, what you can also do, you can partner with other people. So there's Devour Food Tours. They're in Europe, and you could partner with them. Maybe you could partner with somebody like Walks. I keep calling them Walks of Italy because that's how they first started. But you could talk with Walks. They do European tours and they do New York tours. I saw a friend in New York. He's extremely good. Like he knows New York like the back of his hand. So he could write an ultimate guide on New York. And every time I go to New York, he shows me one of the cool things in New York was if you go to Grand Central Station and you go downstairs, they have these arches. It's like four corners, and you can speak in one arch and it transfer. And if you have somebody to listen in the other arch, you can hear what they say. Nobody else will hear you except the person in the other arch, which is very cool. So little things like that, that some cities have. Now, I can't write an ultimate guide for New York, although I lived there for a while, because I don't know that much about New York to give an ultimate guide. Now, I can tell you a lot of things about New York, but I can't write an ultimate guide. Now, I could probably give you a guide about aviation things to do in New York because I know a lot of that. And even then, there's still a lot of stuff that I don't know, but I can give you stuff like that. So digital content packs, stock photography videos, created travel pack, photo packs for use in blogs, website, or social media. We take a lot of photos as travel content creators, and we'd be surprised at how much we have. And so you could go to stuff like I actually have if you go to the Travel Blogger 101 slash stocks, you could share your photos there. That's Travel Blogger 101 slash STOCK. You could share your stock photos, and if somebody wants one, then you could trade. If you're a brand, you could pay to enter, and then you could work with a travel content creator. So that's one way that you could make money from digital. There are things like stock um, iStock photo that you can trade your photo. So there's a number of ways out there. I didn't go through this in detail, but maybe I'll do something that will just list that kind of stuff for you. You can do photos, presets, and filters. At one point, Lightroom presets was a big deal. Now, a preset in Lightroom, it's it's a way to enhance your photos. So you have like four or five different automated things, and you buy this application, you load it in Lightroom, and you apply it to the photo, and it makes all the changes for you. And you don't have to know anything about it except that you have the preset that does make the photo look cool. And lots of people are selling those. There was a time when that was a big thing. It's not anymore, but they're still out there. Content templates, editable social media templates for Instagram, Pinterest, or blog posts. So these last three items is really selling stuff to other content creators, which you can always do because not everyone has the knowledge or know these type of things. So you can always help other content creators by doing that. So that's what these are. Podcasts and audio guides. Destination audio guides, recorded walking tours, or audio tips of specific cities or regions. This is not as popular as it really should be, but typically you would just go to a city and you record walking through the city. I did one of these for San Francisco a little while back. It didn't really take off, but I didn't really market it at all. But this is something that you can actually do. Travel storytelling podcast, share travel stories, interviews, or country guides through audio. There are a lot of podcasts out there on travel, and if you can get somebody to pay for your podcast, by all means do that. You can get them to subscribe as a membership, and a podcast is a part of the membership. Language and travel prep courses teach local language, phrase, or cultural tips. I have tried this and it didn't really work. I guess my audience didn't want to learn Patois. Patois is a local language in Jamaica. And so what I was trying to set up was a newsletter that would send you one phrase every day and tell you what the phrase is and tell you how to use it in a sentence. Uh, I didn't get anyone to sign up for it. Doesn't mean it's a bad idea. It just means that the audience that I have is not the right audience, or there's too many quote unquote free things out there, or I just didn't package it properly. So I still have it. I actually have all the emails set up. I think I have it set up for like a month. So at some point, if I try it again and see if it works, then I'll let it go. But this is kind of stuff that you could do. What's popular these days is uh, comparing the United States language to the British language, where we have a lot of words that they have some words called Leicester, which is not spelled like Leicester. It's spelled Leicester. There's Gloucester, which is the same way, which is spelled Gloucester, or some semblance of that. But there are certain words that you look at it and you go, that Woolwich. Woolwich is Woolwich. Where did the W go? So there's a lot of words like that, and they're funny, and you see them as videos. But if you can think of a way as an education tool in travel, then that might be something that you could do. We talked about membership a lot. There's a whole section on membership, but you can do membership content and community access. And this is all digital, right? So exclusive member content, access to members only travel tips, videos, or live Q&As. And so what you do, you set up a membership, and a membership is just a community, and then you charge people to be members of the community, and then you provide digital information within the community. And private community access is under the same way. Paid access to a private group for networking tips and community support. So within that membership site, you could have one-on-one with someone, and then you charge them extra. So you can do a little consulting on the side. Now, creating ebooks and guides that sell. Remember, I spoke about you can create it, but it may not be something that people like, and you may not be able to sell it. But how do you make sure you do the right thing? You identify pain points and interests, and you use surveys, social media polls, and trends analysis to identify what your audience needs. I think I just did a video for you guys about how I used AI to create a book. And yes, controversial, but you can use AI to help you to create a book. Um, in that video, I spoke about how I put something out on social media, ask people some question, and then I ask the AI to analyze it for me. And then AI comes back and it tells me what it is, what's the trend, what are people looking for, and I can use that to then go and create whatever I need to create. So whatever you're trying to create, always survey your audience. And if you're in some kind of online group, you could see what are the pain points that people have and then try to create. Sometimes you can even go to Twitter when Twitter was Twitter. You can go to Twitter and just type in a particular phrase and see how many people are talking about that phrase, and that will give you a good idea. You need to do your research on the social media platforms, Amazon, Pinterest for popular keywords. You can go to Amazon, and if you search for a particular keyword, you can see how many people are searching for that, or how many books or items are out there in that particular item. So let's say you wanted to do a book on visiting the London Eye. You can go to Amazon, search for visiting London Eye, see how many books are actually out there. Then you take a look at those books and you see what is it that the books are talking about. Then you can read the comments that people are saying. And if you see people are saying, well, I wish it did this, I wish it talked about this, I wish it did talk about that. And I didn't like the fact that it didn't talk about this. Then you can create a book, and what you're doing is creating a better mousetrap. So you're creating a similar book, but you're addressing all those things that all these people said that this particular book didn't address. So you want to solve problems or provide inspiration. Make sure the ebook answers a key question or inspires action. Example, 30-day guide to travel in Europe by train, which is actually cool if you could do that. Okay. So writing the ebook. Set writing goals, set daily or weekly word count targets to maintain progress. It is extremely difficult to write. And again, remember I told you you could use AI to help you because you can use AI to get the structure for you. And then once you get the structure, you can write the individual pieces. If you're having writer's block, you can even ask the AI to say, look, I can't think of how to start this. Can you help me? It'll give you some thoughts. If you're having trouble just writing in general, you can record whatever your thoughts are, and then that will help you. So when you sit down, you can write those. The best way to start writing is just to start writing. It's tough when you have a blank page and you just don't know what to write on the page. This is why the AI helps you because at least you come up with a structure, and all you do is just fill in the structure. You can use some writing tools like Scrivener and Grammarly that can help you with your editing. And Grammarly uses AI nowadays, so there you go. Editing and proofreading. Read aloud to catch errors and check clarity and improve flow. You need an editor. Let me just say it again. You need an editor because when you write stuff, you're thinking in a different you're not thinking an editorial plane. You're just thinking of disseminated information. And when I wrote a few of my books, I was very guilty of that. And my editor, she'd come back and she'd say, this makes sense, but you when you said you were going to expand on it and you didn't. And when you finally did, it's like, 4 chapters away when these should be together. So that's the kind of stuff that an editor will look at. I do a lot of run-on sentences because I talk a lot. And so my editor fixes that and slaps me on the hand to do that. You can get a group of beta readers or a professional editor, like I said, to get feedback on polished content. Beta readers are really good because you can give them the book and say, hey, go read this. Now, one of the things with beta readers is if you're going to do Amazon, you'll need to get uh, reviews. Now, Amazon, because there's a lot of fraud in Amazon, uh, they've kind of clamped down on how they do reviews. So if you're going to try to get people from reviews, they want reviews from people who actually bought your book. Now, what somebody did recently was they sent me a coupon so I could actually go buy the book using the coupon. And because now it shows up as a person who actually bought the book, and then I could actually do the review on it. So you need to be careful how you do the Amazon reviews because if you give free, if let's say you give a free PDF, I can't go and leave a review because I didn't buy the book. I read the book and I want to comment on it, but I can't because I didn't buy it. I got a free copy. It's just weird how that works. So finalize layout and design, consistent format and high quality visual and a professional cover design are key. Uh, I think at least most of my books, I did hire somebody to do the cover for me. You can do AI, and AI can do a cover for you if you like, and you can look at it if you like it, you use it. And I've used that for a few digital guides that I've done, only because my designer is in another country and they're 14 hours ahead, and sometimes I just want to get something right away, and I didn't think it through, the whole process. But for one of the book that my Random Act of Kindness book, I had someone design the cover for me, and a friend designed it. And then, they come back to you. And the funny thing with designers is that they'll come back and they'll give you the design. You're like, I don't like it. And they get mad, but it's your book And so you need to make sure that you like it. Just give them proper directions. Just like with the AI, if you give the AI crappy directions, you're going to get crappy results. Make sure you give proper directions to your designers. And you can go to Fiverr or Upwork or anything like that and just do design a cover for your book. So design your book appeal for visual appeal. Use eye-catching imagery, clear titles, and professional typography. Basically, get somebody who knows what the heck they're doing. You can use Canva or Adobe Spark because they offer customizable templates for ebook covers. Yes, you can do that, and that will work. But just get somebody to design it for you. Trust me, it's easier. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it's going to cost you money, but you need to build that into your cost of designing your ebook. You want to do, make sure you have a proper internal layout. So Amazon KDP, I think it's a 6:9 format, and they have a template that you can use. And so, like, I try to keep the 6:9 format because if I want to port the book over to Amazon, I could actually do that. So almost all my books you see are 6:9, just for that very reason. Choose readable fonts and stick to a consistent color palette. There's lots of tools out there that can help you do that. Visual content, use images, infographics, and bullet points to break up the text and enhance readability. A lot of my books are just text because what I found was when you're trying to format it, it is much easier if it's all just text rather than have images and stuff in it because then it bleeds to another page and you'll end up having an offering page, and an offering page is a page that it's just blank and it's not supposed to be blank. And so you'll get that from time to time. I use Microsoft Word to write. So what I do, I have a thing in the book set up as 6:9, and I have all the borders and everything set up based on KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing. And if you go, I think it's amazon.com/KDP, you can find a template there, and you can use that as a template for your book. So every time, all the thing I do every time is I pull in a new template, I change the cover, and then I just put the content in, and the margins are already set sometimes the fonts are set. Something you have to change the fonts as you go through. But the more you can use a template, the easier it is. And try to make it, if you're going to have a book publishing, quote unquote, armor for your business, you need to make it look consistent. So my books are called Mackenzie Ultimate Guides and have a little airplane as a logo. And, you can do whatever you need to do that. Also have a cover thing. Whenever you do like Amazon KDP, it has to be set to a particular width and size. So make sure you look up that size. It's all in the KDP details. And it covers the back cover and the front cover, and you have to create an image that will do the front cover and the back cover, and then you upload that to KDP. And when you look at the book actually comes out right because it's the when you it's flat, but when you fold it over, it fits the back and it fits the front and it fits a spine. The spine is a piece of the book that when you put it in the shelf, you can see the back of the book and it has the names and stuff, and they tell you what to put on that. So if you do Amazon KDP, use that as your guide and then do everything around that because it's something that it's already acceptable within the book publishing industry. So selling your book, multiple platform strategies in Amazon KDP. Just gonna take a drink of water here. Okay, part one, planning and writing your ebook. Now, Amazon KDP is the Kindle Direct Publishing, and it's just a system that Amazon uses to produce the books because you may want to put your book on Amazon. Because although Amazon takes a percentage and they have a whole bunch of stuff that you have to do, it is still a good system and it gets your work out there. Now, uh, if you're doing particular promotions, you cannot do a specific promotion and you can't sell your book yourself. So if you do an Amazon KDP, some of the rules says you can only promote there. which means you can't sell the book yourself. Now you can also do your own PDF and sell yourself, but you just can't do the KDP at the same time. Write engaging content using tools like Google Docs, create an outliner that solves a specific problem or offer value. We've already talked about this. Designing your ebook, we talk about using tools like Canva or Adobe Spark for cover design and ensure it's visually appealing. So this is kind of just a little rehash. Now, how are you going to sell the book? You need to create a landing page or a sales page with your blog with very compelling copy. Now, you can use an email tool such as uh, Kit. Kit has a specific thing that allows you to sell books, and it can create really nice landing pages using that. And then I probably should have had an example to show you. Uh, you're going to convert Kit, and you find the book, and you create the book. You Gumroad is Gumroad Pay and WooCommerce. These are just ways that you can promote your book. What you do, go to gumroad.com, sign up for an account, and you can go through the information that's there. ConvertKit is an email marketing platform, and but you're allowed to sell digital products there as well, and so you can sell it through there. PayHip is something very similar. Okay, you need to in order to use a KDP, you need to go to kdp.amazon.com. This is the place to kdp.amazon.com, and so we do. And it already has me and it already has me signed in. But when you go in here, you create you in your case, if you haven't done it yet, you're going to create. And so this is a current book that I have in there, and there's all the pricing that's in here and all the different types I'm selling. You can do paperback. The paperback is $17.89. The Kindle book is $7.89. And this is the book that's currently out there. And the paperback is actually good because I can buy some of these paperbacks and I can promote it on my own. And I don't pay $17.89 for it. There's a minimum price that you pay. And now what you do, you're going to take that book and you're going to go to let's say you're having a book fair or you're having a book signing and you buy a stack of the books and then you have them and then you sign them. Or you're having a little book launch party, you buy a stack of them and then you sign them or you're giving them away or whatever you're doing. So these are all the books that I've done here in my KDP, and some of these are out there. Some of them, this one is already out there. That's one of my first. I think that's the first book I did. So that's KDP, and you would go through, and there's a lot of rules, and it tells you how to set things up, what format to use, and you just follow those formats. It tells you how to set your pricing. It helps you to optimize with keywords, and then it helps you to promote and launch your book. So that's taking stuff through Amazon KDP. Now, you can use other platforms. It's not just Amazon is the only one. There's Kobo Writing Live, Apple Books, Barnes and Noble, Smashwords. Or you can just sell directly on your own website and use Kit or something like Gumroad to sell for yourself. Or a friend of mine, she does really well with books. She's like a door-to-door salesperson with books. Uh, she goes to schools because the book is about uh I'm gonna say it wrong. It's about H historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, I think is what it is about. And so she goes to like high schools and she does trade shows and things like that, and she sells them physical books. And so she will buy them from Amazon, and then they get printed. She gets them delivered to her house, and then she physically takes them to these shows and sell them. And so there are different ways to get your material out there. You don't just have to sit at home and try to sell them online. Uh, Tease content through social media and blog posts, use email marketing to promote launches and offer limited deals, collaborate with influencers for broader reach. And we're going to delve more more into the marketing strategies of your ebook further on. Now, how to offer digital services to boost your income. Personalized consulting and coaching is a really good way to do this. Now, you can offer one-on-one or group coaching on travel content creation, monetization, or social media strategy. So this is just one way that you can, again, use the skills that you know and make money from it. Now, you could do this for not just social media strategy or travel content creation. You could do it for a city. You could do a group coaching session for people going to Paris, or do a one-on-one session for somebody who wants to go to Paris and they don't know what to do. So you just charge them a coaching session because that's what you're coaching about. Now you can use stuff like Calendly to set up on the calendar. Calendar does have a charge. And then you make people pay through PayPal or Stripe. And we talked about making sure you have a bank account, making sure you're set up for PayPal, making sure you're set up as a business, and making sure you have Stripe. That's in one of the videos that's in this YouTube channel. But this is just ways that you can, this is just items that you have to set up to be able to take money from your readers. Now you could also do freelance writing for other creators or brands, contribute articles or guides for blogs, magazines, or tourism sites. There are a lot of people, two of my friends, they actually do this every day. I always see them going on cruises and staying in fancy hotels, and then you see like, a month or two later, they're like, oh, here's an article I wrote in this. And it's in like, Condé Nast or Forbes or one of those big magazines. Now, this type of stuff, I am going to talk about that, but not in this particular video. And we will talk about, how to pitch brands. I'm not an expert at pitching brands. So I don't know, maybe I'll get somebody who's a little more knowledgeable than I am to come talk to you guys about how to pitch brands. I'm terrible at that. So social media management offers services like Instagram account growth, content creation, and audience engagement. Instagram account growth is always weird because Instagram is just so odd. Some people are very good at it. Some people like me are not very good at it. And so, but this is something you can do if you have the knowledge, you can teach that. Photographers set video editing service, create or edit content for clients such as travel vlogs or stock images. If you are a good editor, that's really good. I don't like editing. I have a lot of content and it sits out there. And because I just don't know, I just don't like editing. It's not what I do. But some people do like it. And if you are that person who likes it, then that's a service that you could offer to readers. Workshop and speaking engagements. Lots of conferences don't pay. However, you can go out and you can do a workshop or you can do a speaking engagement. And just by the power of you being out there, people go, oh, so what do you do? Because you always get a chance to introduce yourself and they always give you a chance to say, hey, come follow me. Or you can find out what I do at this link. And so when you go out, you do your public speaking events, you do your webinars or things like that, this is a great way to promote your business. And also, there are some events that do pay you for speaking, and so you can look out for those events. One of the things with speaking engagements is, so I do a conference. It's Travel Bloggers Exchange. They don't pay you for your speaking. However, they work with the local brands or wherever their trip is, and they take care of everything. So you don't pay anything out of your pocket for that particular trip. So, if I'm flying a different airline, for me, that's somewhat of a payment because I do airline reviews. And so I can do the airline reviews and then I can put it on my YouTube channel and I make money off that on the back end. Or maybe if someone needs a photo, I can sell someone a photo, or I can write a story about that particular place that I visit and I can make money from that. Or, if you have ads on your website. So there are different ways that you can monetize a speaking engagement without getting physical cash in your hand. Physical cash is always good because you are taking away while you're at these conferences, you're not working. because the conferences are usually all day. And then at nights, you have to socialize. So, because that's a part of the networking side of things. And so um, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. All right, building and selling custom packages for clients. One of the things that's becoming a little bigger than it was before is creating custom itineraries for travelers. Uh, I just did a trip for some friend of mine, and all I did, I just did the booking because I'm a travel agent, and so I can go and get special rates, and I did the booking for them. But I am actually planning a friend's wedding, and I'm creating itineraries for the folks who are attending the wedding. So you can do stuff like that. You can do brand collaboration, develop sponsored content for hotel, airlines, or travel products. Again, this is really very difficult, and you need a lot of followers to do something like this, unless you get really lucky. Or if you go to one of these travel conferences and you meet a brand and the brand likes you, then you can do some more. You can do some work for them. You can do customized digital products, tailor ebooks, guides, or templates to a client's specific needs. Um, a lot of companies, they have employees, and the employees, let's say the employees are going to London, but the employees have no idea what to do when they get to London. You could create some kind of guide, give that to the company, charge a company for it, and the company can distribute that to their employees whenever they go to different places. Affiliate marketing in partnership as a service. We spoke about the I speak about this at length in one of the videos about affiliate marketing. And so you collaborate with travel brands for co-branded content or campaigns, and you set up affiliate deals with travel brands and promote products on your platform. So this is something that is done quite a bit. And I talk about it a lot in the affiliate section. So make sure you take a look at the affiliate section, and I may have a link somewhere here so you can see it. So let's talk a little bit about pricing. Pricing is always extremely uh, difficult. Let's talk about pricing. Pricing is extremely difficult, and sometimes what some people do is that they just go look at other people and see what they're selling stuff for, and then price accordingly. And I do that too. So you can't do that. The thing with pricing, you need to do, put value and uniqueness. And sometimes when some people see some things, they think, well, it's too cheap. And so because it's too cheap, they don't think it's any good. Although sometimes you make it cheap because you want to get volume, so you may sell something for $1 because you want to get 1,000 people to buy it, rather than sell it, for $20 and only get like 10 people to buy it, so you only make $200 or something like that. So that's the kind of stuff you struggle with, and I struggle with that as well. I normally price my items for like 7.89, 17.89, 27.89, and it's because I'm a 787 fan, or a 777 fan, so sometimes it's 17.77 or 7.77. So it just depends on what you want to price. But make sure your price is based on the value offer and how unique your product is. Uh, Again, you can survey your audience to understand their spending range. One thing that a lot of these things have is they have a pay what you want. So you can set an item, and you can set a minimum and say you can pay what you want, minimum $2, $3, whatever the minimum is. And then people can pay what they want. I've tried that. My audience is not a pay what you want audience. They want a set price. And so I realized, and the funny thing is when I did a pay what you want, sometimes I get a lot more than I would ever ask for, but it's not consistent. So because it's not consistent, it doesn't really work very well. Now, research similar products in your niche. I mean, like I said, that's how some people actually do it. And that's a really good way to do it as well. But there is no if you have a 20-page ebook, it must cost $1 a page or something like that. There isn't anything like that. Now, But what you can do with pricing is you could make it interesting. So what you can do a flat fee for ebooks or one-off, a one-time purchase. You can do subscription-based pricing, recurring fee for membership, content libraries, or ongoing coaching. And we've talked about how to set up memberships in another module, so you can go take a look at that. You can do tiered pricing where you bundle things together. So you do different packaging, basic, standard, premium, and with increasing perks. So the more you buy, the more you get. You could do something like, well, let's say you can say the ebook costs $5. The ebook with one-time coaching is $37. Our group coaching. The ebooks with a personal coach and the group coach may be $297. The ebook plus a one-on-one sit down with me for an hour might be $1,000. So you can be creative with how you do your pricing. You could even add bonus, and I think we'll talk about bonus. And I already spoke about pay what you want, and the software do allow you to do that. You can do early bird launch pricing, where you say, hey, this price is going to be $12 or $7.89, but it's an early bird price. And if you buy by X date, then you get $7.89. Other than that, it's $27.89, which is a regular price. And you can do the founding member pricing, which is basically a discounted lifetime price for early supporters. Now, real some real pricing is now. Some people sell ebooks. I was talking about 14.99 for a comprehensive travel guide. Tiered pricing. You can do basic access for $99, and you can add premiums on for $199. You can do your membership pricing, which is at $19 a month, or $199 per year for exclusive content. What you normally do is that if you're doing a membership, you so monthly, say 19, $20, for example, for easy math. When you do a 6 month, you actually make them pay for 5 months instead of 6 months. And if you do a year, you make them pay for 10 months instead of 12 months. That's kind of how you would do the pricing for that. Now, highlight the benefits and success stories when you're trying to justify your pricing. So if you can get testimonials from people who've already bought the product, then that's actually works out good. You can offer bonuses, downloadable resources, or free consultation. When you offer a bonus, make sure the bonus doesn't cost you anything. So let's say you produced another book. So maybe you produced a book on London, and now your bonus might be side trips you can do from London or something like that. And it's a book that you've already produced that doesn't cost you anything, because you don't want to go pay for a bonus so you can give someone a bonus, because then you're losing money off of that, right? And you can include a satisfaction guarantee for risk-free purchasing. Um, these actually work. You can do them for 30 days and say, 30-day price guarantee. And that should normally be good. Okay, so platforms where you can sell your digital product. We spoke about KDP, and we spoke about Gumroad, and you can also do it on Selfie. And let's see if Selfie is a good one. I got a chance to, right, so you can sell stuff on here too. So there are different platforms that you can use. Gumroad is good. I've used Gumroad before. I've not used Selfie. But I've used Gumroad, I've used KDP, and I also use my kit, Convert Kit. Now there are different platforms. If you're doing a course, you can do Thinkific, Kajabi, Udemy, Teachable. These are all platforms that you can put your courses on, and they normally charge. So I'll give you an example. Teachable, they're all pretty much the same, and they cost about the same. I can accept all. It's like $39 a month. And if you go to let's do Thinkific pricing. Let's go to pricing. and it's like $36 a month. So they all pretty much charge about the same because they're all competing with each other. Kajabi is it's more of a system rather than just somewhere to host your online courses. There's also one called New Zenler. One of my travel course is actually on New Zenler itself. I really like New Zenler. Currently, you don't you can get a New Zenler right now, put a course on it, and it wouldn't cost you anything. But if you want all the bells and whistles, all the marketing stuff in there, then you pay. There's a flat fee that they have now, and they also have a monthly fee that you can pay for Kajabi. New Zenler. Of course, you can sell stuff on Etsy, Creative Market, and you can do PayHip. PayHip is not one I've used before, but you can sell your digital items on PayHip as well. And if you want to do membership and community, we spoke about Patreon, Buy Coffee, and Substack in the membership section, which you really need to go take a look at. And you can do School, which is another platform, and Nas.io, membership.io, and Circle.so. These are all platforms that you can put your membership on, as a way to sell your digital services, but they're behind paywalls. Calendly, this is what you would use to set up your service. And there is another one. It's from AppSumo, where you just buy Calendly, you have to pay a membership. And the one from AppSumo is a one-time charge, and it's really great and it works really nicely. And it works exactly like Calendly. And you can use Zoom. So if you sell an item, you can say, hey, here's a Zoom link, and I'm going to teach you behind this Zoom link. You can also, use Fiverr to get freelance services. And there's also Riverside.fm, which you would use to, like what I'm doing now, creating this video. You can use Riverside.fm to do that. Just another service. There are some tools like Podia. We'll show you what Podia looks like. And Podia is just another tool where you put everything you're selling under one, and it helps you to create the website, do the pricing, do the email marketing, and they have a free service or $30 a month. Usually for the free service, you don't get, once you start getting big, then you have to change over. But it's just another way to sell a course or to sell anything else that you have. We talk about Samcard and Thrivecart. These are shopping carts. So you set them up on your website, you pay either a one-time fee or you pay a monthly fee. And every time somebody comes to your site and buys something, it goes via Samcard. And again, I talked about that. And there's one of the modules that you have a whole thing about Samcard and a whole thing about Thrivecart. So you need to go and take a look at that. But just know that these are shopping carts, and you use them to collect money from the people for the services you're selling. ConvertKit, which is now Kit, is has its own built-in money engine, so you can sell people stuff, and it actually works really, really well. All right. So marketing strategies to boost sales, promote your digital products for maximum exposure. Okay, so this is a big part because you can create all you want, but if you don't know how to tell people that your products are out there, it's never going to work for you, right? So you leverage your blog and your social media. Some people have no blog, but they have social media, and some people do really well in social media, but they don't really promote their products properly. Right now on Instagram, you can put links in your Instagram stories, and I think everybody can do it now. It used to be, I think, over 10,000, but that's not the case anymore. So you can promote your items using your Instagram story. So let's just go through this list. Write relevant posts that link back to your products. Example, a blog post and budget traffic that links to your ebook. Instagram and Pinterest use viral visual teasers, highlight reels, and pins to attract attention to your digital products. I probably need to do something on the different tools, like how to use Instagram to sell, how to use Pinterest to sell. And I think that will give you a little insight because it's one thing to talk about it, but it's one thing to really show you. And Instagram does have some really good tools. Some of them you only get if you are a certain level. But stuff like just putting a link in your bio, doing a reel, doing a carousel, because you can't put links in Instagram except you can put them in stories though. So what you would do is you would do a carousel or an image or something or a story about or a reel, and then you promote that reel in your story, and in the story you can put a link to wherever you need it to go, and the link would go to whatever you're selling. So YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel, create videos that showcase the benefits of the product. Example, how my travel course helped me quit my 9 to 5 job. And then in the description, you can have a link to the travel course and say, while you're talking and say, hey, look down in the description and you can get a link to my travel course. And so that's how you would do that. You could also set up email marketing campaigns. So you build a targeted list, collect emails from your audience by offering lead magnets, example, free sample, chapters, packing lists, and I have a complete section on email marketing that you can go take a look at. And this shows you exactly how to do this. Just since we're talking about it, if you have Instagram, for example, you can use a program called ManyChat. And what ManyChat will do is it will allow you to say, hey, comment the word book, and I will send you a link to my new book. And when somebody comments book, the system automatically sends you the link, which you have set up in the background. And you do pay for ManyChat. Let's go to ManyChat. You can see ManyChat pricing. And that's what the pricing is for ManyChat. And I'll put a link to that for you. Now, when you, for launching campaigns, you send well-crafted email sequences to announce your product launch, highlight its value, and offer special promotions. Now, a sequence, which I spoke about in the email marketing series, it's where you set up a number of videos. So let's say I have 4 or 5 videos, and the first one gives some value. The second one gives even more value. The third one answers questions, and people say, well, I don't know if it's going to work for me. And you may have testimonials and stuff in there. And then the last one shows, say, hey, here's a link. Here's how much it costs. Go buy it because you need to get it. And you may want to send another follow-up that says, hey, have you bought it? To the people who haven't bought it, have you bought it yet? Etc. So that's how you would set up your sequence. Now, not all email marketing platforms offer sequences or allow you to do it based on what you buy. So which is why when I talked about email marketing, I mentioned not to buy the cheapest email marketing platform because sometimes you may not be able to get everything that you need at the free level. And then you've gone ahead, you have a whole huge list, and now you want to send out sequences and you can't, or you realize, okay, so I'm going to send sequences, I have to pay. But the amount that I'm paying is the same I would have paid if I had signed up with this service before, and now I have to transfer all my emails, which they don't make difficult anymore. It used to be, but it's not anymore. But you want to make sure that the email marketing software you choose up front is the one that you're going to use in the future, unless something crazy happens. Like I did start with Aweber, and then I moved over to ConvertKit at the time, because it couldn't do Aweber couldn't do everything I wanted, and I was growing. And so I went over to ConvertKit, used ConvertKit, and now I'm on Beehive because ConvertKit couldn't do the stuff that Beehive did. But then eventually ConvertKit started to do a lot of stuff that Beehive is doing. But Beehive is now my primary newsletter. So if you want to do Beehive, there's a link to Beehive in the description. So that's the regular newsletter. Keep your subscribers engaged with updates, product and tips, and exclusive deals. That's how you would end up constantly marketing your products. Now, you can also do affiliate partnerships and collaborations. So create an affiliate program to allow others to promote your products for a commission. Um, Lots of these email marketing tools will allow you to set that up. And so and you can, or the shopping carts, so you can set up the shopping carts too, so that when somebody buys something, they get a percentage of whatever it is. So maybe they get $1 every time you sell something for $4 or $5, which is a really good deal for you because you're selling more products and you're also helping your readers to make money. So you can do that. You can also collaborate. You can also collaborate with other influencers who are within your same genre and kind of have, a similar audience. Just basically make it worthwhile for the person who's helping you. All right. So this is intentionally blank because I wanted to basically talk about what I have done in terms of what I have. So I've shown you a few of the books that I've done, and I also have a course. So there's a travel course I have that's based on. I mean, I'm an expert in the area of using miles and points, and so I created a course that shows people how to do miles and points booking. I also have a book that I did, which actually didn't do so well. But that's the part of travel, right? Some books do really well, some books just don't do so well. There are some creators that have had, like I know Jenna Jet Plane wrote a book. She got a book deal to do that. I know Nomadic Matt. He got a book deal to do his $50 a day thing in Europe. So there are a few people out there who have actually made this work. Now that is on the scale up to here, right? But if you go look on other travel bloggers pages, you can see what they've done and how they've actually used their knowledge. Now, lots of people are doing well, let me teach you how to make money from your travel blog, and I'm going to do a course. So people can do that. I am not doing that here. All I want to do is I just want to give you the information and you can use it. Now it's on YouTube. This channel is not monetized yet, and it takes forever for a channel to monetize. So the more you watch the videos, the more the channel will get closer to monetization. Then at some point it'll get to monetization, and that's how I will make money just by you watching the videos. But it's of no cost to you. The only thing it's taken for you is your time. And hopefully the information I'm giving you is good information and you can use that to actually monetize your blog. Uh, yeah, so there are different ways to try to use your knowledge to make money with travel blogging. Okay, so let's talk about action steps to start creating and selling. Determine a topic that aligns with your expertise and meets the need of your audience. And how do you do this? You do this by surveying. You can do stuff by using SurveyMonkey. You can do WP Forms. That's a really good survey tool. And I have links to it. You can use any survey tool that you want to use. I'm just giving you some examples. You can do something simple as if you have an email, you can say, hey, just hit reply and tell me what's bugging you. And you can say, hey, if I were to create this, would you buy it and how much would you pay? That's another way to do it. Now, the other thing you can do is decide on your digital product. So am I going to do a book? Am I going to do a course? Am I going to do a membership? This all depends on how your audience consume data. Because it may just be you want to do a voice thing. It may just be audio. It doesn't have to be the typical book. Some people have just done podcasts and then sell subscription services to the podcast. So consider starting a small product to test the market and gather feedback. This is what's called a minimum viable product. So you're in essence creating something that is not going to cost you a lot of money to create, but you will see if people like it. And if people like it, then you scale it is what you would do. Now, create and test the market. Start creating a digital product. Example, outline your ebook, record your videos or your course. I'll tell you, recording videos is very time consuming. You get Yeah, it's interesting to listen to yourself or watch yourself because you see every flaw that's out there. You see that your eyebrow is doing something weird, or your eyes are puffy in the mornings, or you have a cold and you sound very nasal. So you see all that kind of stuff, but press through and just do it and record the videos. You can use AI to do outlines. You can also use AI to create the videos. So you could, if you have it scripted out, you could put it in and say, "Hey AI," like the very first video, the introduction video, I wrote out what I wanted to say, and then I just dumped it in the AI, and the AI said it for, I chose a voice, and that's the voice you're hearing. Now, the voice could have been my voice, but I didn't have enough time because I wanted to get it out. And so I didn't create something that sounded like me. But you got the message, and I went to Adobe and I pulled some images, video images, stock video images from Adobe, and I added some of my own images and I created a video. I just added enough image so that I could get the length of whatever I had to tell you. And so it will probably be good for me to do a video of how I created that kind of stuff. Now, use beta testers from your audience to get feedback before you launch. This is so important. I actually have a group of folks that I've marked as beta, and every now and again, I try to get like a fresh group of people to do beta testing. And people like doing that because they're part of the creative process. And what you do, just give them the product for free because they've helped you put it all together. And I think that's actually pretty. You can do whatever you want, but giving them a product for free, I think is good. Now you want to promote and grow your audience. You want to develop yeah, a promotional strategy across your blog, social media, and email. And we're going to go into detail in this. Or you want to launch with excitement, offer limited time deals, exclusive bonuses, or live Q&A session. So what I'm going to now do is I am gonna I'm gonna go through uh, both of these strategies. The first one, develop a promotional strategy and then launch with excitement. So let's go do that. The first thing you want to do, oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So you want to utilize your blog to drive traffic. Your blog is your home base for sharing long form content and generating organic traffic, right? So you can do whatever you need. This is why it's important to have a blog. If you don't have a blog, then you're gonna have to figure out how do I get people to know what I have, which you can do in social media, but it's a different way to do it. So here's some key things you want to do. You create SEO optimized blog posts. I know this is difficult because Google is not your friend these days, but there is Uber Suggest and Google Keyword Planners and there's a few other keyword tools out there. It's things that you can use to figure out what keywords to include in your articles so that when somebody searches on Google, you will come up. Now, there's always competition, and so you have to bear that in mind. But this would be a way to get people to find your articles. Interlink your posts. Make sure to link relevant blog posts to each other to keep users engaged on your site longer. This is also a part of the search engine optimization strategy as well. Feature your digital products. Highlight your ebooks, courses, or printables on relevant blog posts. For example, if you wrote a guide on budget travel tips, you can promote your ebook on our course on how to travel to Europe on a budget at the end of the post. And that actually works. When you go to blog, you see people with stuff at the back. You may also like this, or you may get one of those plugins if you're using WordPress, and it's called a recommendation plugin, and it'll recommend things based on what it read on that page. You need a call to action in each post. Include a clear call to action for readers to subscribe to your newsletter, download a freebie, or check out your latest product. Use buttons or banners to make call to action stands out. This is super important if you want to get people to to look at the stuff you see. You can go to if you go to like say same nomadic math sites, you can see how he promotes his books. He does it a lot in his newsletter. So that's why it's important to have a newsletter. So here's an example of a blog strategy that you can do. You can create a content calendar and plan out blog posts ahead of time to consistently publish new content. You may want to do like, 1 to 2 blog posts per week. Here's something cool. You can ask the AI to create a content calendar for you. Can say, hey, look, I have this ebook that I want to promote. And, can you help me to create a content calendar so that I can promote this ebook? And it'll give you a lot of information. You can do you can launch a special blog series, create a series of posts that build up to your product launch. For instance, if you're releasing an ebook on solo travel, write a series of solo travel tips, destination, and safety leading up to the book release. Because what this does, it provides search engine information. So when people are searching for these items, they'll find your blog. And plus, it creates a little buzz around what you're doing. And so when you launch, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is a solo travel guy or a solo travel girl. And so it works. So we're gonna talk about social media a little bit. Leverage social media to reach new audiences. Use your social media presence to drive engagement and build community around your brand. If you're big on social media, you should be promoting the content that you're selling on social media. People nowadays realize that you have to make money, that nothing is free anymore. And so, if you're always giving them content for free, really solid content, and when you try to sell something, they won't get too mad at you. You can use Instagram stories and reels, and you can use short, engaging content to showcase the benefits of your product. For example, if you're selling a printable travel planner, do a reel demonstrating how you personally use it on trips. I think in the section I did about how to use AI to write your book, I ask AI, say, hey, give me a script for Instagram stories and Instagram reels to help me to sell this book. And it'll give me some script, and then I can go and I can create that reel or create that story based on the script it gave me. You can even ask it to do a script for um, a carousel as well. You want to highlight the product features, share sneak peeks of what's included in your product, sample chapters from an ebook, behind the scenes from an online course. Sometimes if you want, you can give like a free chapter, which is always cool. Engage with followers, respond to comments, run polls, ask questions, encourage interactions. This builds trust and interest in your product. Polls are actually quite good because everybody always has an opinion. And it's good to do polls because you get a good pulse of what your readers are doing. Now, here's an example of the Instagram strategy. You can do a pre-launch campaign. So use stories and grid posts to tease your audience about a new product launch. For example, a countdown story features leading up to the launch of your new book. Use a mix of branded and trending travel related hashtags to increase the visibility of your post. So there are different ways that you can use the tools that you have to help you get everything done. Now, there's also Facebook and Pinterest. You can participate in or create travel-related Facebook groups to promote your content and build a community. This is now one of the things I talk about in this series is how you should try to get off of Facebook and create your own community. But people are still going to be on Facebook anyway, so you can always use those groups to promote your products. Just be sure that you're not violating any terms of the groups that you're in. Because if you are violating the terms of the groups that you're in, the you'll get kicked out of the groups, and you don't really want that. Now for Pinterest, you can create visually appealing pins for your ebooks, courses, or resources, include rich pins that link back to your blog or your sales page. I haven't talked much about Pinterest, but I will. It looks like I need to do something, on Pinterest and tell you how to like do promotions on Pinterest and how to get things out there. I'm not a big Pinterest fan, so but I will find out how to get you that information. So now we'll talk about email marketing to help you to get your campaign going. You need to use email campaigns to build relationships and drive sales. Now, your email list, this is why you build your email list, because now that you have your email list, you can send information about the products that you're promoting in your email. With a well-targeted email list, you can nurture relationships and convert leads into customers. Now, with email marketing, you can create a lead magnet and offer a free resource such as a travel checklist or a mini guide to encourage people to sign up for your email list. Then, once they're on your email list, your marketing starts. And in that sequence of email that you send them, once they sign up, one of them will be, hey, I got this product. You need to buy my product. So that's how you would use your email list. Now, there are different types of email campaign. So we're talking about sending information out. It's called typically a drip campaign. A drip campaign just means that this is how you deliver items. Instead of giving you everything all at once, you get it in drips, a little at a time. So you can set up an automated email sequence that welcomes new subscribers, provide them with valuable content, and eventually promotes your product, right? Which is what I just said from the previous one. You can do newsletter updates, regularly send out emails featuring your latest blog posts, travel tips, and updates on new digital products, and include links to your shop or product landing page in every email. This is why it's super important that you set up an email list. You can do exclusive offers, reward your email subscriber with discounts or early access to new products. You want to be careful with discounts. So it's good to do discounts, but you want to make sure that your price is your price. And when when somebody pays one price and you end up discounting it for another person, you want to make sure you're not upsetting the person who paid the full price. So you want to be very careful with how you structure your discounts for your items. Okay, so the example for email marketing, just to wrap up the email marketing thing is you send your welcome email, and in the email marketing course that I said I'd set up in here, it tells you how to set up your welcome email, what you should say in your welcome email. And so you can introduce yourself, share your story, and tease your products in the welcome. You can add like a little footer in the bottom of the welcome email. You're not trying to sell immediately, but you're teasing and letting people know you have something to sell them later. Because everyone knows that you're trying to make money, right? Now, you do what's called a product launch. So you're going to set up 3 to 5 email in drips like we spoke about. And you start with the teasers, you share the testimony, offer limited time discount to increase urgency, and just ensure that whatever discount you're doing is not messing with the people who've already paid the full price for the product. You can do cross promotions and collaborations. So you want to partner with other travel creators and brands. If it's a really if you can get a really popular brand, then you could say, hey, if you buy this product, I will give you a discount to go on the London Eye or something like that. If the thing is about London, and maybe you work a thing with Visit London or with Viator, which is a tour operator, or Get Your Guide, or one of these online services where you can get tours from. The idea is that whenever you're setting these things up, you don't want to be losing money on the deal, and you don't want it to cost you any money to set the deal up. So you can also do guest blogging. You could write guest posts for other travel blogs and include a link to your product or opt in for email signups. Just make sure that whoever your guest blogging is okay with that. And you're not like creating a counter product and promoting that counter product in whatever article that you're doing. Just be cognizant of what you're doing. You could do cross promotion in social media, so partner with other travel creators for joint Instagram lives, shout outs, or giveaways. Giveaways are really good to do. Only problem with giveaways is that you may get an audience of people that you don't really want. They just came because of the giveaway. And so you could say, you could, let's say you have a new ebook and you're gonna partner with another creator. So you say, hey, after the interview, you say, hey, I will give away an ebook my new ebook to, two ebooks every 10 person. Whatever you come up with is what your giveaway is. But just make sure that the people, and you can have them put their email address in, so you get their email. There's another way of you getting emails. But sometimes what happens that like people give, like someone's giving away an iPad, right? You get all these people who they just giveaway people. They just sign up for all these giveaways all the time. They're not your audience, and now you get a whole bunch of people who you can't really market to after because they weren't interested in your services. They were just interested in the free iPad. You can set up affiliate programs. So with another creator, you can set it up so that if you get in somebody's show or somebody's program and they sell your ebook, then they get a percentage or a percentage on the ebook. So if your ebook is $5, maybe they get $1 just by promoting it, everybody who comes through their link. And the systems like ThriveCard and SamCard will automatically track that, so you don't have to worry about that. You can use paid advertising. A lot of content creators do not do paid advertising. I've done paid advertising myself, and it's amazing. You actually can target exactly who you want using like Facebook advertising or something like that. And then it has a system that's called a little pixel, and the pixel knows who. It's a little image or something that's on the website, and it knows exactly who came to see you, and it kind of follows them around the internet. And it's it's a great system because you can say, I want to talk, like you can upload your email list to Facebook and say, look, I want you to target people that are very similar to the people on this email list is one of the things that you could do. Uh, and you decide how much you're going to pay per lead. You could do something like $1 a day campaign. So you spend $30 and you don't get a lot of people for $30, but you do get some people, and maybe that's all you need to push your product over the edge. You want to look like things like if you talk about acquisition cost. So let's say a product is 10. That's why you can't have too much of a cheap product, because if you're going to do ads, then people who have like $300-$400 products, they can afford to spend like $50 on acquisition, because they know that they're going to be set, like each person who comes in they will make, say, $300, right? So let's say the product is $350 and it costs them $50 to get the person. Then they made $300, and they're very happy about that because they're making $300. If your product is $49 and it costs you $50 to get the person, then you're not making any money. So same thing with Pinterest, and there's also this Facebook and Pinterest. There is also LinkedIn. You can do LinkedIn ads, and there's Twitter ads that you can do. Now, there's something called retargeting. You ever go into these, like the airlines do it really well. You will start booking a ticket, and then you don't finish booking the ticket. And by the time you get back to your email, there's an email or there's an ad that says, hey, want to continue buying your ticket? Here's a $5 coupon, or here's a $25 coupon, or something like that. So that's called retargeting. And that's done through advertising, because every time you come to somebody's website, they know you're there in terms of a cookie or something like that. You can do those ads yourself as well. But they work better for items that cost more, because then you can put more into the campaign. So creating excitement for your product launch. So launching your product with energy and anticipation can significantly boost sales and audience engagement. So let's talk about a specific tactic to help you. One, we're going to do limited time deals. Offering limited time deals or discounts creates urgency and motivates your audience to take action very quickly. People are more likely to purchase when they know that the deal won't last forever. And here's how you can implement these. You see this all the time when you go through the internet. It's like, oh, you must buy this. And I'll show you some of the ways that we go through. So you do early bird pricing. So we've talked about this a little bit, where you tell people, look, provide a discounted rate for early buyers who purchase within the first 24 to 72 hours of your launch. This is actually super cool. And what you'll see happen is that most people is going to end up purchasing at the end of the 72 hours, right? Now, this means that when it gets to like, within like 24 hours of 72 hours, you get to send an email and say, hey, this thing finishes at midnight tonight. Then what you do at like, 2 hours before midnight, you're like, it finishes in 2 hours. You can do like a countdown timers and things like that. For example, if you're selling an ebook at $29.95, offer it for $19.99 during the early bird period. They will never see this price again. And so that's the kind of urgency you've gotta create in there. You can use a countdown timer, as I was saying in your emails. And you've seen these emails that have 00:01:23, so you only have an hour and 23 minutes left to buy this product, or whatever the settings are. There are little plugins that you can put in your emails that will do exactly that for you. So you can use the scarcity tactic. Hey, if you're offering a course or membership, you can limit the number of spots available. For instance, I've only got 50 spots at this 19.99 price. And some systems are really very good that when you go to the website, it'll say, nine left, eight left, six left, and stuff like that. So it drives urgency, and people will really buy when they realize, because I've seen it all the time. And sometimes, like, I'll see the link and it says you need to buy it by midnight, and I forgot. And then it's midnight, it says 00:00, and I can't buy it anymore. And now I have to go buy it at the other price. And that just happened to me. I paid $10 more for something than I needed to because I fell asleep on the job. And so, that's the kind of stuff that you can do. So here's an example. You launch your travel course at $199, offered for $149 for 48 hours. After that, it returns to $199, creating a time-sensitive deal that encourages people to buy immediately. And I'm telling you, it's annoying. For me, it was $10, but it was still annoying. So you can offer exclusive bonuses. This is actually really good, like I said, but remember that offer a bonus that doesn't cost you anything, or offer something that audience have not received yet, but it's something really cool. You can even go create a brand new bonus. Because if the audience doesn't know, if they've never received it before and it's really good, then you can just create it. And instead of trying it, you create it once and you're done. My problem is that whenever I create my bonuses, they take so much work. But then after that, I can sell them, right? Again, you can offer some type of free resource. If you're selling a planning guide, you can include free printable packing lists, budget templates, or itineraries as a bonus. So there's lots of different ways, just be creative. If you're doing a membership site, you can say, hey, here is an interview I did about this place. So let's say you're doing a guidebook for London, and I have a friend who lives in London, and I did an interview with him about something unique about London. You can offer that as a bonus. If you buy this thing, you learn about why are some of the mailboxes in London gold, that kind of stuff. But this is content that, if you don't have that bonus content, you can't offer that, right? So you'll find whatever bonus content you have, and that's what you'll offer as your bonus. You can even offer like one-on-one sessions. You can say, hey, buy my trip about London, and I'll offer you one-on-one. I'll offer like the first 10 people or first 5 people one-on-one session, because part of one-on-one sessions is they take time. So you want to make sure that you have time to do it. These work better when you have like, products that cost like $300-400, because you're actually getting good money for it, and you're not like, it's not costing you more to produce the one-on-one session than it did to get the items. And this is an example here for buyers who purchase your product. Within the first week, offer an exclusive bonus behind the scenes. People love behind the scenes stuff, so you can do that. Okay, so another thing to do is to do a live Q&A. Engage your audience through live Q&A sessions is an excellent way to build excitement, address questions, and build trust. People often buy from those they feel connected to, and a live session can solidify that connection. So here's how you would do something like that. You could do a pre-launch Q&A, right? You could host a live session a few days before your product launch to build anticipation. Use this opportunity to share insights about the product, answer questions, and tease exclusive bonuses. So how would you promote like a live Q&A? You would use your social media, and you can actually use your email list to promote that. So you do it a launch day Q&A. So once you're launching, so if you're launching today, you can go on Instagram and say, hey, I'm going to answer questions about, whatever it is that you're selling. And then you also sell you put links out to the product and you sell the product there. This is one where you can actually collaborate as well with other content creators and have them send you some traffic, give them an affiliate link. And so if somebody buys from their link, then they get a commission out of it. You can have post-launch Q&A. So for those who purchase a product, offer a members-only live Q&A session where they can ask more in-depth questions. This actually works really, really well because they've already bought the item, and then you're providing this as like a bonus or something. And then, or not even a bonus, it's just like, I'm going to do a live Q&A after as a part of whatever I'm selling you. And then you can record that Q&A, and then you can, put it up on a membership site or, sell it or whatever you need to do with it. Build anticipation and a pre-launch campaign. A successful launch starts days or even weeks before the actual launch. Here's how you can build anticipation leading up to a launch. What I found with these launch is a lot of people who do them online, they have like a fleet. I say a fleet because it's a lot of people that helps them promote. So, and you can tell because if you're on the same email list, you will see the same marketing copy coming in. That's another thing. If you're going to do an affiliate, you need to give your affiliates, all the assets they need, all the email copy, all the images, everything that they need, and they'll just tailor it accordingly. But that just makes sure that everything is consistent and your affiliates don't have to make stuff up. So you're gonna tease your product. You want to share sneak peeks on social media. Behind the scene content of preview what's included. A lot of this sounds like I'm regurgitating the same thing, but it's a good way to drill it home. Send out teasers to your email list heading up to the launch and highlight benefits and share testimonials and anticipation for the limited time offer. You want to do your launch countdown. We talked about using a countdown timer. So this is just giving you examples of how you can do it. There's a post-launch follow-up after the excitement of the launch, keep the momentum going by following up with the potential customers who didn't buy. You can say, hey, so you didn't buy because you would say that nicer, right? And then you find out why they didn't buy it, and maybe you can have a Q&A about all the people who didn't buy anything. You can even do the last chance offer. What some people do is they'll say, hey, this ends in 24 hours, but at the end of 24 hours, they don't close the cart and the cart's still open. So if you click on it, you can still get in. And that happens a lot. It's not by mistake. They just end up, they just say, end up doing it. Um, you could even say, even after it's closed, you could still send an email and say, hey, I forgot to close the cart or I didn't close the cart. You can still buy it at this price, but it really ends 24 hours later or something like that. So by combining these limited time deals, exclusive bonus, and live Q&As, you can create a buzz around the product and encourage. It's, you know, it's good if it goes viral in between there, but that's not virality is never a guarantee, right? Virality just kind of happens. And so, sometimes it's just luck. Are you ready to take action? Because that's what the next step is, right? I've given you a lot of material in this session, and so now the next step is up to you. You have all the step-by-step information. Leave a comment in the thing below here. Like and share and subscribe. And if you got questions, let me know and I'll be able to answer them. If you have a question, I can probably do a separate video or something that can help you. But if you've learned this stuff and you haven't taken any action, then it really doesn't make any sense. The whole idea from this is for you to monetize. So let's recap. Why we talked about why digital products will work and for travel content creators. Talk about the best digital products for travel content creators. We spoke about creating ebooks and guides that sell, designing ebooks and guides that sell, selling your ebook on multiple strategies and different platforms. How to offer digital services to boost your income. How to price your digital products and services effectively because pricing is so difficult. We talk about the platforms you can use to sell your products. The beauty is There's a lot of them now. There used to be not, but now there's a lot of them. You can take your pick. Marketing strategies to boost sales. We talked about those, and we looked at one or two case studies. And we also talked about action steps to start creating and selling and start monetizing your expertise. So, are you ready to monetize? Subscribe for more tips. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on notification for weekly tip. Leave comments or questions below to engage with the community because sometimes you think that you're the only person that has an issue and you're not. There are others that have the exact same issue that you have. So you always have to end up thinking about that. And with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. This has been a really long one, but it was just longer because I wanted to go through the items in detail. And some of the other ones in the future are probably going to be longer just because I want to give you an opportunity to not have an excuse to monetize. Okay. So this is Kerwin. I can stop sharing my screen now. So this is Kerwin with Travel Blogger 101. And my goal is to help you to monetize your blog. So watch the videos, share the videos, pause, ask questions, leave comments, and contact me in here. The system will automatically tell me when somebody makes a comment or likes or anything like that. And that's all I got. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.